was just literally upsetting. I literally was talking like for the past 9 minutes of this recording. Didn't respond. Now I gotta restart the whole dang thing again. Man, this is what, being a YouTuber and a talker and you literally just trying to save your recording. It sucks. Okay. It sucks so bad. All right, y'all. Welcome back. Basically, I'm just gonna, just basically just talk about my time. Like, this is gonna be the continuation of, this little high school, time with me being in high school in my last 4 years. And, I want to talk about, I had this topic in my mind, but I'm just gonna save it for another time. I want to talk about my sophomore year, right? Marching band season, we went like undefeated, I think. I don't know. But this was a time where our Mountaineer football team in 2019, probably the best since, went to 7 overtimes. 7. Like literally 7. So let's talk about it. So I'm gonna be really honest with you, y'all. Sometimes we have experiences that it just don't even seems to be real when you talk about it, cause it's the history with it. You know what I'm saying? You ever have one of them good games and stuff like that, and you just basically, had the thought of, man, it was such a great thing to see, but we could have won in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take you back my sophomore year. Oh yeah, sophomore year. It's gonna be a good one. This is basically a continuation of this little high school vault or something like that. I really don't know, but I don't know what I'm gonna call this. So just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to figure something out. But before I even start talking about it, I want to let y'all know now that I have officially have a podcast, the Chit Chat podcast. Is with me, myself, Larry Tant II, and Jalen Mays. Now, I will say that the Chit Chat podcast is available on both here on YouTube and on Spotify. So make sure you check it out. Link will be in the description. Make sure you subscribe to my channel at Todd Shunt Second. I'm gonna try to keep this type of content going. And I may be a little bit new at this, but I'm also trying to get into a more learning process as well. So right now, let's just go ahead and talk about my, experience. Went to 7 overtimes in the football game. So it was my sophomore year. It's Kingsmount High School Mountaineers versus Charlotte Catholic. Now, I hate Charlotte Catholic to the bone. I don't know why. I hate them less now, but I hate them back then. But let me just be real with y'all, man. My experience, the game was just so good. I literally was just in awe. Like, it was my sophomore year. It was like, if we would have won that game, we would have went to the 3A championship, like the AAA championship, football championship game. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, even now, I'm still thinking on it. I'm like, man, we could have won this game, man. Like, it was upsetting. It was like a tough time to think on it. It was so upsetting. We still could have won that game. And to my mind right now, even though I'm here in Garner Webb, we should have still won that game. Everybody knows that, man. If I had a conversation with one of my classmates from 2020, the 2022 class, like literally, they will literally say the same thing, that we could have won this game, and it's so true. But my experience, man, it's amazing to see, like, going over to 7 overtimes. We could have been like up like until 1 o'clock, and then the boys was playing their heart out, and First time in overtime, we were going back and forth. It was like getting good, getting so good, like going back and forth. Like we scored, okay. Now they get a turn. They scored, okay. That we get scored again. They scored again. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And from the time being, it to this day forward, it was just so amazing. Like I couldn't even put my finger on it on how good this game was. Like literally, if you think about it, it's so amazing on who will make the biggest mistake. I know, unfortunately, we made the big mistake, and thinking on it now, it's crazy as it seems. Still thinking on it and talking about it. It will always still be forever in our minds. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy and really shocking. Thinking on this type of stuff, it really, really sets the tone back. Like, okay, the the question of this day is, what was your favorite sport experience? I'm talking about either like in baseball, soccer, basketball, football, like anything. Like, what was your experience, when it was such a very, very, very close game until you either won or you lost? Now, I could talk about it for a little bit over 2 minutes now. I could talk about the time it was my junior year. Around that time, we won like a close one. It was against Shelby, and it was my junior year, and I think it was like our first game or one of our back-to-back games. And I'm like telling myself, like, man, we could really win this one. And, basically thinking out of my head, and I'm like, yo, let's just try to figure something out. Like, yo, thinking the anticipation of like what would happen. And I'm like, man, I'm really thinking about all these moments now. I can still think of any moment I can think of, like one of the best moments ever. Like that was my favorite moment. Like we won 35-34 or 36-35. We won 36-35, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the score was, but I'll try to figure it out by the time I edit this. But yeah, man. Sorry. No edits on this one, but I literally want to let y'all know right now, this is something new. I'm doing this so randomly, like so random, like I don't know what else to talk about, but I want to keep this going to get more deep into the conversation. So, I mean, what was your experience? I'm going to remark on this. What was your experience on such a close game that you were either a part of or you were in, like you were playing the sport? You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it for me. This is so random. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to try to come up with something. This is not a podcast, but I do have a podcast called the Chit Chat Podcast, which is available now on Spotify and here on YouTube. Make sure you check them out. Link will be in the description to check it out. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat X at TajHunt23. And, yeah, I guess that's it. Let me know in the comment section.